I'm about to read to you Disney's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. There once lived a beautiful princess named Snow White. She lived in a palace with her stepmother, the evil queen. Snow White longed to find true love. One day, as she was enjoying the view, along came a handsome prince. I'm wishing, sang Snow White, for the one I love. Snow White was very beautiful, but the evil queen believed herself to be the the most beautiful in the land. Each day, the queen's magic mirror told her she was the fairest one of all, until one day the mirror answered that Snow White was the fairest one in all the kingdom. This made the queen very angry. She decided to send Snow White off into the forest, never to return. Lost in the dark and spooky forest, poor Snow White didn't know what to do. Luckily, some friendly forest animals came to her rescue with the help of her new friends. Snow White found a cute little cottage. The cottage was very small, so Snow White thought children must live there. It was also very messy. Snow White and her forest friends tidied the place up. All of that cleaning made Snow White very sleepy. Upstairs, she found a bedroom where she took a nap. While Snow White was asleep, the owners of the cottage came home. They were little children after all. Instead, there were seven dwarfs who were very surprised to find lovely princess asleep in their bedroom. Snow White woke up and she was surprised too. Downstairs, something delicious was cooking. Soup, shouted the dwarfs, but first they had to wash their hands and faces. After supper, it was time for some fun. Snow White and the dwarfs sang and danced the rest of the night. What a wonderful new home the beautiful princess had found. The next day, the dwarfs went to work singing hi ho as they walked, but Snow White was not alone for long. The evil queen had disguised herself as an old woman and brought Snow White a bright red apple as a gift. What Snow White didn't know was that the apple had been poisoned. She took one bite and fell into a deep, deep sleep. The dwarves returned home to find Snow White asleep. They realized it had been the work of the evil queen and chased the nasty woman away. Then the dwarves laid Snow White in the forest, hoping that something would break the queen's awful spell. Soon the prince came riding through the woods. He saw Snow White, and with love's first kiss, he broke the spell and woke her up. Awake at last, Snow White saw that she had been saved by the man of her dreams. The two thanked the seven dwarfs for their help and friendship, then rode off to the prince's kingdom, where they lived happily ever after.